All right, perfect. Let's get started. So today we're just going to be going over the Equis opportunity a bit. So what that means is Equis, we're a life insurance brokerage. We deal with mostly middle income America, and we serve them with life insurance products and then an array of other products that kind of go along with it too. After helping someone with their life insurance, sometimes there might be opportunities to help them with some retirement planning or eliminating some debts. So really well-rounded financial services agency, but our main cash cow is in the life insurance. I'm going to be covering kind of two sides to that business today. If you've ever read any Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad or done any sort of financial literature book reading, you'll know about like the cash flow quadrants, right? So there's the active productivity, right? Active income, where you're actively doing something like clocking in and out to get paid. And then there's passive, where most people have a bit of a misconception, but basically what that means is you've done something to plant seeds to now have a later harvest that continues to harvest, right? And you can get both of that out of the life insurance business. So when I came into life insurance, it wasn't so much for the personal production. I was already making really good money in sales. I was working at a health insurance agency. They had just the best system ever, where all I had to do was sit down, pick up the phone, make some calls, help these people out who wanted help. And I was making really good money. So I wanted all my friends and family to be involved on it. And it didn't really work out that way. They told me I wasn't allowed to recruit anyone. I wasn't allowed to build a team. I got the job because my mentor had a connection, but I couldn't give it to anyone else. And also, I realized that at any point I could lose that job. And so my mentor had always been telling me you need to go independent in sales, right? So I ended up looking around, eventually found Equus and finding an opportunity where I can actually build cash flow just simply selling life insurance, but I can also build long-term passive income through building a team, through teaching others how I learned how to sell the life insurance, right? And so I'll cover both pieces today. The first part here is for the people who just need some quick cash, right? What it is it's going to be lead-driven sales. Now, what that means is you're not going to go pestering your friends and family, telling them, "Hey, I got my life insurance license. Can I sell you?" When I started, dude, I looked at a ton of companies and that was their business model. I hated it. Okay. I don't want that business model. So what we do is we buy leads. Now, let me rewind a second. The company that we operate under, their name is Integrity, Integrity Marketing. Integrity Marketing is the largest marketing organization in the world. Now, what that means is where we get our leads from is literally the largest marketing organization in the world. And they don't profit from us buying the leads. We don't just pay for their marketing. We buy the result of their marketing. So, if anyone's ever been in marketing here, there's ebbs and flows. You pay $1,000 on ads, maybe you get five clients, one time you get zero the next. What we're doing is we're buying the results of Integrity's marketing, and that's giving us the ability to then go and have a reliable source of clients, source of people to talk to who are actually interested. We're not cold calling people. Now, a lot of people who join this industry, I don't know where everyone's at in this call. So some people join this industry because they're already really rich and they're just looking for a way to get richer. But a lot of people, they don't know what to do and they don't have much money to begin with. So buying leads sounds terrifying. That's perfectly fine. We have a way to help just totally nullify that. Because of the way that Equus is set up, where not only is there a way for you to purchase leads, talk to leads, people who are interested in your service. Takes about 15 minutes. You ask them a few questions, run them through a portal. If they're interested, it takes about 15 minutes to submit an application. 30 minutes later, average sale $600 starting off. All right. That is as simple as it gets. But on the building side, We are incentivized to train you and coach you and get you to where you can be producing. So if you're coming on and you don't have much money to put into leads, no problem. You got to have grit, but we'll give you leads. We'll supply your leads for you. We'll give you 7 days, unlimited leads. Go on, go at it full time. Let's see what you can do. And the people who are actually willing to work, they make that work all day long. That's how most people get started in this industry. They get some aged leads, they get their pitch down on them, their upline gave them to them. Maybe they went and got some 25-cent leads from the Integrity Lead Center, and they got their pitch down and they worked their way up. Now, the top producers, they're not touching these aged leads. You can't write $1 million a year working these aged leads. The top producers, what they're doing is they started off on free leads, on aged leads, and they took the commissions they were making from that and they rolled it forward into better leads. That way, they could then make even more in less time. If you're using aged leads, you're trading your time for money, but the whole idea here is to get out of that trap. So we want to move to the highest intent leads possible to where I can call 3 leads in 30 minutes and get a sale. It might cost 150 bucks for those 3 leads, but if I make 600, that's great. And that's how the top producers work. So I'm gonna open up the floor for some questions, and then I'm gonna share my screen and go through a bit more of like what I'm actually talking about. I think I covered bird's eye view pretty well. Drew, do you want to chime in on bird's eye view anymore? What's up?
Uh, Not really much to, yeah, you did a great job there. I mean, question for just the agents to hear, when they're moving on to the aged, well, moving off of the aged leads, what's the process of them really, figuring out what to get on the Integrity platform and who to go to, and then,
That's a great question, and I'll actually show you that exact step. Excuse me. We've got a whole training set up, a whole training workflow, as you know, obviously, but we've got a whole training workflow that's going to take you through step by step. So when you are ready to start hitting the phones, hitting the dialer, and making a lead purchase of your own, you're pretty much just going to schedule a call with one of us, one of the more successful people who are already on the paid leads, and we'll help you kind of design a strategic plan for yourself, right? Some people want to transition slowly into it. Some people maybe have part-time job elsewhere and now they know they can do this, so they just want to go all in. We'll set up a plan specifically for that person, right? Which when I share my screen here, you'll actually see there's an exact step for that. Drew, is that a green screen, my boy?
no, it's Puerto Rico.
Where you at right now, man? I'm looking in close. I'm like, dang,
It's a lot of background right on the beach, man. Just the lighting
beautiful.
is a little messed up.
That's beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen then. Does anyone have any questions? I think everyone can unmute themselves if you have a question. If not, raise your hand. All right. How does this work? Does everyone see my screen here?
Yeah, I see it.
All right, cool. Let's drag me away. All right, so like I said, what we're doing here is we're selling life insurance to people who already requested it. Maybe I should have showed you this to begin with, but I'll grab one here and show you right now. This is a lead form. That's what a lead looks like. This was literally mailed to someone's home saying, hey, you just bought this home. You may be eligible to purchase our revolutionary mortgage protection program. It's going to pay $60,000 directly to your family in the event of death or disability. Would you like to purchase this? Fill it out by hand. Mail it back. They mailed it back. We're not pestering our friends and family here. I call this person up and I say, hey, what is it that you were looking for, right? And that process is going to be through Integrity Connect right here. This is our CRM. So if I were to open this up and show you guys, you can see under quick quote here, I would literally, it'd be as simple as I'm talking to the lady and she's from Alabama. She's a female. She doesn't use any tobacco. She's 5'11", 120 pounds. Her age is 67. Now, she's got some health concerns. And this is life insurance we're talking about, guys. So, like, if you have cancer, do you think you're going to get the same rates as someone who's perfectly healthy? Nah, probably not. So, this lady shopped around before, and she told me that. And she told me that everyone was super expensive, and they all were telling her like this 2 year waiting period was needed. And so we're gonna come in here and we're gonna say, okay, well, what health conditions did you have? She's gonna be like, well, I had diabetes. Okay, that's medications. Okay, I had diabetes. And now you, as a veteran agent who knows what questions to ask, well on the phone with them, you're going to be like, oh, well, when was the date of your last treatment? And you plug that in. And then you know the next question. Use any tobacco? No, never. Okay, cool. Are you taking more than three medications? No. Okay, cool. When were you diagnosed? Oh, wow, you were diagnosed recently. Okay. And has it ever been uncontrolled? No, never, never uncontrolled. What's your current A1C? I'm not too sure. Okay. Any comas, any issues like that? No, no issues of this either. Okay. No issues of this. No, no, nothing. Never hospitalized. That's great. Do you take insulin? No, that's great. Never. I don't know why I selected both there. That might make it confused, but you answer all the questions, which, by the way, guys, if you can see here, we used to have to go through these PDFs and charts and go through chart medication by medication and see who wanted what. And then we'd have to go to every single carrier's portal and we'd have to plug in quotes. Look at what I just did. In one spot, Mutual of Omaha, $15,000 of coverage, 67 bucks a month. Aflac, 15,071 bucks a month. CVS, 15,075 bucks a month. They all say level, which means they're day one coverage. This lady was telling me she kept getting 2 year waiting period because of her diabetes, because there's carriers out there who will do that. And we just found her three options that are going to be day one coverage. And here's the cost. You want to apply? Click apply. Select the contact. So, you'll have them already in your lead center. If not, if it's like your mom or something and you didn't buy the lead, you can just create the new contact, right? Create the contact mom. And then once you click apply, it'll take you straight into the actual application and it'll pre-fill all that info you put in before, the height and weight, the date of birth, the tobacco, non-tobacco. It'll pre-fill all of that for you. That's literally how simple it is what we do. It's that simple. The hard part is getting people on the phone to show up and respect your time. Now, in the end, it is sales. It feels like customer service, but in the end, it is sales. You're calling people up, trying to get some of their time in order to get them to move forward with the product or service. The hardest part of that is that people have lives. Okay? People are going to be living their own lives, which means that if people have lives and if sorry, I glitched for a second. If people have lives and you're trying to book an appointment with them for like 5 p.m. on a Thursday, they might no show you because they had a rough day at work and they just don't feel like texting you saying, "Hey, sorry, dude." And if you let that get to you personally, you're never going to succeed in this industry, and you should stop now because it's simple, but the hard part is you're going to get a lot of no's. These people literally filled out by hand, by card, a mail, a mail-in letter saying, "Hey, I want information." And yet they'll still tell you over the phone, "No, I don't think we even need to hear about that." If you let that get to you, you're going to lose. If you understand that it's just a numbers game and that's how people are, and you're just going to have to call them back another time, call the next one, it'll all work out, then you're good to go. So here's our kind of training hub. This covers literally everything. So if you want to get weekly training reminders, you guys can start getting training reminders now, even if you're not signed up. I don't care. You can join our training still. I hope you learn a lot. You can go ahead and use that, but right here, as you can see, these are kind of the breakdowns of everything you would possibly need to win. We have new agent training. We had advanced markets. So once you get, your general product knowledge down, you can move on to advanced markets. You can move on to building a team. We've got underwriting resources. So like you guys just saw this awesome thing here where it asked all those underwriting questions. That's what underwriting means is like health concerns. They just call it underwriting based on the health of the client. That's underwriting. So, we have some resources to help you out with that there outside of just the CRM. Carrier resources to help you, go to your carrier portal and check your book of business with each carrier because sometimes you'll use different carriers, help you go to their trainings, see what bonuses they're offering, ask for their support, sales support, whatever it may be. And then unlicensed new agent onboarding. So that's for probably most of the people on the call today. You guys are unlicensed, you're a new agent, you need onboarding. That takes you straight through the steps so then that you can go into new agent training, you can go into product knowledge, and you can work your way to learning the whole Equis system, right? So weekly training calendar, we have a producer exchange where we actually have producers dialing live for you to listen in. You can also go in and dial live and they'll critique you, which is an amazing spot for us to just work together. I mean, working remote, Drew's out in Puerto Rico right now. I'm in Michigan right now. Um, traveling all the time. It is fun to have a virtual office to hang out in and really communicate with each other, associate, ask questions. When someone's having a bad day, you kind of level each other out, right? So that's a good spot. But then also, here's all of our trainings. Now, these aren't all just fluff. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we literally have five different training rooms live at once for you to go and choose which one is going to suit you best. New agents, live dials, presentations, recruiting, advanced market, teacher leads, Ignite awards, literally everything. So these top calls, the GSCC, super important. GSCC on Mondays, it's a cool call. But they don't open the breakout rooms. They just go over the leaderboard and mindset. And then on Fridays, instead of the GSCC, we have Barry Clarkson, the founder of Equis himself, our umbrella company, and he goes over leadership and how to properly lead others. Um, it's not one that everyone would want to join or care to join. Again, more of a mindset call. But these three here, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10 a.m., those are our main super interactive calls. To put more emphasis on that, guys. When I first started, I was making really good money selling health insurance, okay? Like I was traveling the US, I was making great money selling health insurance. I was pretty cocky. I thought I was a great salesman. So I came into this and I put my blinders on and I bought some leads and I made some calls. And guys, I sucked. I was absolutely terrible. I ran like 10 appointments, I think, without making a single sale. And I booked probably like 30 and half, like over half no showed me. Or I was too nervous to even show up. I was like, this is late at night. I'm just going to text them another time. I kid you not. So I was terrible at first until I joined the actual virtual trainings and I went into the live dials room and I asked questions and I made some live dials myself while they were dialing. And I asked them to critique me and I asked them to role play with me. You have to get vulnerable. Okay, who cares if you suck? You're gonna suck anytime you do something new at first. So get vulnerable with it. Let your guard down. Ask questions. Join these calls like a total amateur who's gonna ask the silliest questions in the world because that's what's gonna turn you into someone who knows what they're actually doing. And that's all it takes. When I call a lead up and they've clearly filled out a piece of mail saying they want the coverage, they just need to know that I know how to get them the coverage. And it's as simple as that. Call recordings. The gold standard coaching calls are recorded for like 24 or 48 hours after, something like that. Try and watch them live though, because only the main room is recorded. So you won't be able to jump around different breakout rooms. We have a podcast network. This opens up to a ton of podcasts. I'm going to click it open here for you guys. They do producer playbooks, which is like talking about what leads you should be getting, how you should be getting the leads, all that jazz. Scott Dovner wrote like, what, dude, 80, 90 grand last month or something. And so this is a breakdown of how he did it in this call. It's literally Bill Martin interviewing him on how he wrote so much business. It's amazing. New agent training, we got the module system that takes you through at week by week, literally everything you need to know up until setting appointments, in-home presentations. And then it's good to have an activity and production tracker. That way you can track your productivity. Because it's really easy to fool yourself and say you worked when in reality you made 10 phone calls and two of them told you no and you just like started scrolling the rest of the day. So the way that our process kind of works here, right, is once you go through the learning module system as a new agent, you then understand the industry. You then let's teach you how to set appointments. This is actual scripts, strategies, like systems for how to book appointments. The actual script and system needs analysis questions you're going to ask for presentation. And then the activity tracker, which is where you're going to track your activity. Because if you talk to 10 people and you only sell two, I know there's an issue with what you're saying to those people because you should be closing more. But if you don't track your numbers, we have no clue what's going wrong, right? So study your scripts first and the needs analysis. The needs analysis is your script, okay? Basically, download the needs analysis in your presentation script right here, right? You can go to product resources. Down here, we've got final expense, which is when you're helping seniors out. That's one sort of lead that you'll be working where a senior's calling in or you're calling a senior because they were requesting info on covering their funeral cost. The other one is mortgage protection. So depending on which one of those you're working, you're just going to grab your script, grab your flip chart, grab your needs analysis, and then we've got tons of training. This is like just to show you guys literally how plug and play this is. If you want to do mortgage protection, it says these two documents is all it takes to win. You need your script, you need your needs analysis. Script is how you're going to start the call, needs analysis is the questions you're going to ask them. You want to know what that means? Click watch training. Here's a full virtual appointment, step by step. All right, so now what we're going to do, literally going to take you through the full sale. So scroll back up a bit here. So for new agents, it's literally that simple to learn how to sell. You're then gonna eventually want to get on better leads because the whole purpose here is to buy your time back. These people making 100 grand, 80 grand, 90 grand a month, they're doing it on 50, $100 leads. So you need to buy your time back. Access Lead Center, if you click here, it's gonna take you through to here because we are warning you, the wrong lead plan costs you everything. This is a response to Drew's question earlier. When they're ready to buy leads, what do? You click access leads here and you book a call and we go over a custom lead plan with you, okay? Because it's essential you don't order a single lead without knowing what you're doing, um, at least without talking to us first, right? So you know your scripts now, you know your products, you've bought leads, you've made some money. Then we've got the advanced market resources. We've got drills. We've got the Retirement Solutions University. Next one's in Las Vegas, which is going to be turn. We're all going to be out in Las Vegas together. Then there's an exam. Then you get your badge, your kind of certification. Then you're a specialist, which means others will refer to you those retirement solutions cases. Same thing with debt elimination. They're all the same. So what that means is we don't only sell life insurance. If you run into someone who has some old 401k, we can actually help them get up to a 30% day one bonus on their entire 401k balance, and we can help them average 12% compounding interest rate the rest of their life with a guaranteed floor of zero, meaning they're guaranteed to never lose a single penny like at the bank account, except with this one, they get a 30% bonus and 11% average. Okay, it's a no-brainer. Then on the other side, debt to capital, debt free for life, is where we actually help people get out of debt in half the time or less without the need to change your current budget or do any debt refinancing, debt consolidation garbage, nothing like that. And by the time you're out of debt, we leave you with a tax-free cash account to help you stay out of debt. You don't need to learn how to do those yourself to make money on it. I highly recommend you understand that that's a major part of Equis. Because if you're talking to someone helping them out and protecting their mortgage, you probably know they have a debt, a mortgage. You might as well bring up to them the early payoff program and just refer it to a specialist for a 50-50 split. They do all the work, you get 50%. Eventually, you might fall in love with retirement planning or debt elimination or advanced planning for business owners, and you might want to become a specialist yourself. None of the information is gatekept, none of the tools is gatekept. There's no politics involved. Literally just go through the steps, and then you can have people refer to you. And you don't have to go out buying leads anymore. You just sit back as the specialist, and people know that you're going to take good care of their clients, and they'll refer to you, and you'll give them 50% or whatever you want. Um, Here's a lot of different training on that. Living benefits training, retirement planning training, right? These are different challenge problems. So these are drills, podcast library, annuities, debt strategies, recruiting resources. We help you recruit. We have an entire system built around funneling new people in. That is launching very soon to like public to everyone. So right now, that's why it says just in progress. But for the new people here, you don't got to worry about that yet. Underwriting resources, right? Here's where you can go through different underwriting resources, Open Integrity Connect. It's going to take you through here where you can do that quick quote thing we were doing before, right? This is the old style of underwriting I was talking to you guys about, where we had to go through these different PDFs and you'd look at the cheat sheet, and you'd find the health concern, and you'd scroll all the way down. The only reason I'm pulling this up to show you guys this right now is to show you how silly this is. Like someone has bipolar, okay? We're gonna scroll all the way down to bipolar. We're gonna see who's okay with bipolar. Decline, 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 decline. Okay, so classic two. So as long as this is the instance, GPM classic two will work, it says. Cool. That's how we used to do underwriting. Now we have Equis and Integrity who paid millions of dollars to give us access to Integrity Connect here. So you guys shouldn't have to worry about this old folder anymore. It's kind of outdated now. Um, Door knocking is great, especially if you're young. Get out there, go meet people, shake some hands, meet the old people. It's gonna progress your skill set extremely quickly if you go face to face because all that angst and nervousness is gonna go away real quickly. And then picking up a phone is gonna feel really light. So we do have a full-blown master class on door knocking if you are interested in door knocking. Um, that's there too. And then obviously carrier resources. You can access their portals, their quick quotes, their sales supports, all the jazz. And for brand new agents, people who are unlicensed, ready to start now, first you got to go through the learning module system. It's going to help you get licensed, help you get through and understanding Equus, and then come back to this training site to go through everything else we just talked about. If I were to come here, take me to pre-licensing. Um, it's going to tell you get your license and then come back to onboard, use code TFG group, read this first, do not skip training, get licensed, then come straight back, do the learning module system before you do anything else. You guys hear that? So open up the learning module system. And then when you're ready to get pre-licensed, make sure you use this code TFG group. It's a massive discount. The discount comes down to $40 from like $200 or something. So you would just type that in right here. TFG group, go. And there you go. It's going to bring you down to $40 now that you're with us. And that's it. We don't charge you anything. That's state pre-licensing, which is the next steps. If you're wanting to get started, you have to go through state pre-licensing, then go through our onboarding system, which will then get you to where we can get you on some free leads, get you either dialing or door knocking, and get you making some money.
Awesome.
How do I
Yeah.
stop
That's perfect.
sharing, bro? Can you turn it off for me?
Yeah, I got you.
I don't know. Someone's got to teach me Zoom one of these days. I feel like Matt. Cool. All right, guys. Does anyone have any questions?
having issues myself actually taking this off the screen. Wait, there we go.
All right, cool. Does anyone have any questions then? Or did I cover that well? Did I miss anything?
I think that was great. And guys, don't be afraid to open up. I mean, this opportunity call is for you guys to ask questions. So feel free to do so. But I thought that was great, Chris.
Cool, cool. Thank you, Nate. Appreciate it, bro. Josh, I see you in the call too. I did not know that you'd be joining. What, you got any critique for me, man?
No, actually, I joined a little late. I lost track of time, and as of what I saw, no, I don't.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
All right, well, so next steps for everyone would be message the person who sent you the link, who brought you on here, let them know what you thought of the call, let them know if you want to get started, let them know that you're ready for next steps, or tell them thanks for the opportunity, but it's really not for me. Either way, everyone have a blessed rest of your night and take care. Adios.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Chris.
Chris.
All right, see you guys.